hear and pay attention to. I know this is going to be kind of like an uplifting show because some of the tracks that are on this list right now are very, very uplifting. So let's kind of go over here and check out the first one. This one that I have for you. We're going to start a little bit down by the list. And if you haven't followed us on Spotify, definitely want to follow the playlists on Spotify because they're really, really good. They rotate constantly, so you're always finding and discovering new gems, new really cool music that you might not have ever heard about, you know? This one is from Nikki Romero. It's a collaboration. It is a remix. It's pretty cool, but I think you're going to love it. It's called Destiny.
Read my mind, it'll tell you something that I never would have said. Counting time, 'cause I know it's gonna be a while again. I can feel it coming, coming. Don't care where I'm going, going. Anywhere that I feel free, no matter the place that it will be. I'm telling you, let's believe destiny is right here by your side, and it's gonna stay right there. Say I swear, I'm gonna hold on tight, 'cause even if a light like this never fades, you don't see a night like this every day. I'm telling you, let's believe destiny is right here by your side. Let's believe. I'm telling you, let's believe destiny is right here by your side. Let's believe. I'm telling you, let's believe destiny is right here by your side. Let's believe. Blinding lights, I'm stuck in forward and I won't come back the same. 1,000 miles makes me see all that's around me differently. I can feel it coming, coming. Don't care where I'm going, going.
Hey there, you guys.
Anywhere
How you
that
doing,
I feel
Instagram?
free, I feel free.
You're listening
No matter the place
we're
that
kind of like
it
behind
will be.
the scenes right
I'm
now.
telling you,
We're live on YouTube at ABA Live Radio.
it's right here by your side, and it's gonna stay right there. Say I swear, I'm gonna hold on tight, 'cause even if a light like this never fades, you don't see a night like this every day. I'm telling you, let's believe destiny is right here by your side. Let's believe.
what can I say? Great song. I mean, really great. But I don't know if you know Nicky Romero. He's actually a very, very well-known DJ, music producer. I mean, his label is actually something that is really well known in the modern electronic dance music. So he just always has something good. You know what I mean? So I was really excited to review this track. I love these mixes. I think that they're so interesting and they're so much fun and they're so uplifting. And right now we could all use so much more of that. That's for sure. So hope you guys liked it too. That was called Destiny, and it is a collaboration as well. Let's see what's coming up next. Are you guys ready? I am. I'm always ready for new music. Here we go.
When do I get to see the light? How do I dream you back to life, to life? I don't know where to go, where do you hide? I'm looking high and low, high and low. Out of reach, out of time, chasing shadows, in my dreams. Your life, and I'm only chasing shadows. So I don't know where to go, where do you hide? I'm looking high and low, but I don't ever find you. 'Cause you in my mind, day and night. I know that I'm chasing shadows, chasing shadows. So chasing shadows, chasing shadows. Out of reach, out of time, chasing shadows in my dreams. Your life, and I'm only chasing shadows. So I don't know where to go, where do you hide? I'm looking high and low, but I don't ever find you. 'Cause you in my mind, day and night. I know that I'm chasing shadows, chasing shadows. So chasing shadows, chasing shadows. Chasing shadows, chasing shadows.
Love it. Good song. Good song. That was by Russian producer Shaphov. I don't know. You probably haven't heard of him, but you should go look him up because he's got a lot of really great music if you like that. Chasing Shadows is what you're hearing here on our new release radar. It just came out. Laid Back Luke is up next with a little single called We Found Love.
Every day a battle with you. Mind games got me bruised. Need a lot of nerves to stay true, but I know you feel it too. We are shining. We got two colors aligning. The light needs the dark to be shining. Like colors in the open, beauty of a broken. We follow, we follow. Like colors in the open, beauty of a broken. We follow, we follow. And I need nobody but nobody but nobody but nobody but nobody. We follow.
I like it. I like it. Good stuff. Great way to start the show, right? We need a little bit of energy today. I do. I need a triple shot of espresso for sure. Actually, I think I'm going to get one after the show because I have just been so low energy. It's not even funny. Maybe it's because I've had so much to do. But you know what? It's really great to have a lot to do today, isn't it? Because there's so much happening in the world, and that's the reason why we're here. We're here because we want to just have a little break, take a little time to remember what it's like to listen to music and listen to these shows and just not have as many cares as we do. So sometimes it's nice to just have this moment, you know? That's why I'm glad you guys are here with me for AVA Live Radio's new release radar. And I'm glad we are doing them live so that I can see you and hang out with you face to face whenever you want to. All right. Next up, that was Laid Back Luke, by the way. Very, very popular artist in his own right. He has been creating for such a very long time, and I thought this was a great opportunity to introduce you to some of these amazing creators who are not only great music producers, DJs, they are just big talents, and they certainly have the numbers to prove it for sure. They've got some new music out, and I thought this show could start out with something like that so that you could just, I don't know, get your feet wet and some maybe high energy stuff, maybe get some inspiration, even just enjoy learning about some new people. Next up on AVA Live Radio's release radar, Sandro Silva has a new one called Lost in 3.
I'm waiting for you like I always do. I'm waiting to win, but I always lose. like I always do. I'm waiting to win, but I always lose. I'm waiting for you, like I always do. I'm waiting to win, but I always lose. I'm waiting to win, but I always lose.
Great new single, Lost in Less Than Three. Sandro Silva. You know, I was just reading an article that was just kind of caught my eye as I was listening there. It's on AI generated music. Is it good? Is it not good? I'm curious about this because they have been using it for a long time. I mean, like, there have been commercials that have used it. They have kind of mimicked or gotten the feel for popular artists' voices and different, like, cadences and inflections that they have, right? And they have put them into through this technology and been able to generate new songs from them. Now the thing is that if it sounds so much like the artist, then I really do think that it's kind of a mimic in a way that's not good. I think that the artist's voice should never be mimicked, even though we well know it's not them. But in some cases, like a recent one that just came out, a programmer mimicked Jay-Z's voice, and it was so effective. It was so good, and it never used to be this good, but it was so good that they actually got SoundCloud to take the track down. And this just recently happened. This literally was yesterday. So the question is that famous musicians like Elvis and Frank Sinatra and musicians that we know and love and don't hear from anymore, would we like to have more music from them if they could generate it in AI? And is this the where it's going? Like, in other words, if you wanted to see a vision of Prince again in a concert, singing some new music maybe 10 years from now, would we want him to sing the same songs? Or if they were going to do an AI concert, you know, artificial intelligence, would they want, if they could generate new music, would they want to? And is it something that is acceptable? I don't know. It remains to be seen, because when does technology take too many steps forward where we no longer are needed as artists? You know what I mean? It's kind of scary in a way. I don't know that I would want an AI generated version of me going on past me, but it is happening. And I thought this was a really interesting article. There were some previous things that were done, like Ford Motor Company in 1988, and you wouldn't think this technology was already existence, but it had existed back then. And in 1988, Ford Motor Company made an advertisement that mimicked the voice of singer Bette Midler, and the former background singer that created the real fake Midler sued because obviously she didn't know what it was going to go to, and they used her voice, who used to sing for Bette Midler, not be a mimic of her, but sung with her and sounded a lot like, you know, that voice. She made up some of those sounds that we really know well from Bette Midler, but it was used there. And what happened was that it says the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals found that Midler's voice was protected from recreation as a property right. In his decision, Judge John Noonan wrote that the First Amendment protects the recreation of a person's voice, but if that recreation does nothing but exploit a person's identity, it's not protected under the First Amendment. I believe it should all be protected, because I think if you're going to do something like that, the reason behind it, and I know that they have to do this through the courts and through the legal jargon, but I think the reason behind mimicking somebody is for the exploitation of the artist to begin with. So I don't know. Interesting story, though, right? Very interesting. Caught my eye. All right, next up on AVA Live Radio, let's go to another one because I got lots to play. I got lots to play coming your way. This one is... Let's get it up there. Come on. Here we go. Stay Little. Nice. By Gus Engelhorn.
An idea for a video. A piece of plexiglass with a camera behind it, and you put dirt and other objects on the glass, and there's a man in white pants leaning against a telephone pole blowing up balloons. And it's about how much you want to feel it, and it's about how much you need to feel it, and it's about how somewhere in between it their expressions, they reveal it. I wanna stay down inside my house, stay inside and never go out. Stay little, 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 stay little. An idea for a video. Two cops on stakeout, and one says to the other, "Watch that man," and then the camera pans, and you're at a little girl's birthday party, and she is just brushing her hair in the mirror. And it's about how much you need to feel it, and it's about how much you try and feel it, and it's about how much you want to feel it, and it's about how much you have to feel it. I wanna stay down inside my hometown, stay anonymous and never get famous. Stay little, 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 stay little. An idea for a video.
That was Gus Engelhorn with Stay Little. Brand new track, just came out. Wanted to hear that one, actually. I hadn't listened to it all the way through, and it was something that caught my eye this afternoon, and I thought, you know what, I'll put it on a list, and we can experience it for the first time together. I like it. It's interesting. It reminds me of something from back in the days, you know, when like the movie Animal House was around, and there was very like folksy singers that had very moody kind of zones to them. I don't know. I just feel like for a new track, it sounds like something that's been revisited in a most unusual way. And I believe I would probably have to guess that he has a lot of tracks like that. So if you like that kind of vibe, very good for soundtracks, by the way. That was Gus Engelhorn is what you're listening to. Next up is Vilda, and this is Absentee.
Without catching an eye, only you can do it right. Only you are in play. Take the final shot, stir the honey pot. Pockets emptied into the slime. Again.
of a dream up in smoke, giving directions on the right, sinking the quicksand quicker unless you take a hand. It's terrifying until it's all over. The story told is nothing like the moment. Being all believed as an absentee, you down on your knees. Sinking the quicksand, quick unless you take a hand.
Interesting and creative, right? That artist is out of Melbourne, Australia. His name is Thomas Savage, and his AKA name is, I think it's Vilde. Vilde. I believe it's Vilde if I remember correctly, but I'll have to check on for you because this is the first time I'm meeting this artist, and I like it. It's different. You know, I was speaking to someone the other day about synthesizers and using that in like a lot of the new music, and how a lot of artists are diving more and more into all this technology. You know, there's just so much available. It's pretty incredible. So you kind of like get to a point where you're just like, you're going to pick out the things that you like the best, you know, pick out the things that are interesting to you. You learn to use them and you see where you can go with the music. I've spoken to a lot of artists that have really gotten into computer generated music, you know, just spending time with the computer and the equipment and just generating and see what they can do with it. And they've come out with some really interesting sounds, a lot of different stuff, not just in techno or in, you know, deep house music or lo-fi, but in singer-songwriter, you know, kind of sounds, and just everything, rock even. There's been a lot of synthesis issues. In fact, we at one time had a rock playlist, the retro rock playlist. It was almost entirely synthesized 80s dream pop rock. It really was. We had so many tracks at the time. We literally split the Rock Mania into two sectors, and it was like that kind of like revisiting music and then the classic style rock and roll and some of the metal mixed in and stuff, because we just got so much of it. It was like overwhelming the regular Rockmania series, you know? So it just spawned off to itself. And I still see a lot of it being presented here today as we go through the tracks, you know, for sure. All right, next up, Red Wine and Swimming by Handsome Shirt.
I'm crawling, I'm calling at your door, hoping that you will be there. It's burning, I'm yearning, it's twisting and turning to something more. But every time I see you, foolish reminders, let her go. But every time I see you, the feelings built up, let them go. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 da, 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 ba, 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 da, da, da. Red wine and swimming, I'm hoping, I'm clinging to what we've got. Don't you worry, there's next year. I'm running, I'm leaving. I'm sure there's no feeling at all. But every time I see you, foolish reminders, let her go. Every time I hold you, the feelings we've built up, let them go. Bye, 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 bye.
Lots of artists from Melbourne lately, right? Handsome Shirt is the recording project of childhood friends, Lewis and Ellis, and Paris from Melbourne. Produced and record all their music. This is actually a debut single from an upcoming EP that is soon to come. So this is the first thing we're hearing from the artist. Pretty interesting. I like it. It matches my vibe today, as you can tell. I am very chill. I've been working really, really hard. I was up at like 5 a.m. this morning, and it has just been one of those just drain me days. So it's kind of nice, you know, even the best and most upbeat tempos of music are not going to get me up and dancing today. So don't be disappointed. But that is right where I am right now. Red Wine and Swimming is what you just heard there by Handsome Shirt. Much luck to them. I hope they do really, really well with their new EP. It's certainly great to get this first song and exclusively just get to listen to it and hear what they've got coming out. Monk Berries is next. Here's a song called Love You So. So that was the Monkberries. This is actually their second release. The first release was the 2018 LP Evergreen, which seemed to do pretty well, you know, as far as their local following. They have like kind of a local following, I would say, you know, but fairly new artists. This is from the new EP that it's the first single released from a 10-track album just released in 2020. And it's actually not come out yet. It's going to be in summer. But I think it's called Fish Boy. I want to say it's called Fish Boy. I believe it is. I'll have to look it up because that's all I remember about the Monkberries just yet. We're actually looking through a lot of their harmonies, but that's something that they're kind of known for, or they're heading towards, right? It's inspired by this psychedelic feel, this lo-fi indie rock. A lot of what I was telling you guys about just recently, I was saying, you know, lo-fi is kind of coming up, and you're seeing people like Billie Eilish that came out of the lo-fi niches, you know? This is a brand new artist that really just got their feet wet in 2018, and this is the next release that is actually going to be their big push, and we'll see what it does. But you know, it's a slow moving progression. I mean, Billie Eilish was making music and trying to push her career for 7 to 12 years. It's not like, you know, it seems to happen overnight, but it doesn't. As long as it takes the artist to perfect their craft, that's about how long it takes for you to find out about them. I know. So true. Bella Mare is next with What Haven't I Done? Let's give it a listen.
Lay down, turn on the gas light for you. Put on the dress I hate, but you want me to wear. Get right to the point. As I pray, you show your face. The hands on the clock could not move slow enough. Oh, what haven't I done to convince you that I am the one to take you from earth and show you life past the moon, the stars and the sun. Lay down, put my body in a nice position. I've got the book you want to read, the wine you want to taste, and I'm holding all the photographs I said I'd take for you. The silence in the room could not be louder. Oh, what haven't I done to convince you that I am the one to take you from earth and show you life past the moon, the stars and the sun? What haven't I done to convince you that I am the one? To you I belong. Is it all that you desire? I need to know I'm right, but I'm scared I could be wrong.
love that Bella Mare. She's got such a beautiful voice, right? I know. I saw a lot of you enjoying it. Really pretty. Very, very pretty. I like that, and she's got that bedroom sound. Actually, in their bio, if you were looking, songs of confines of a bedroom in Brooklyn. And it's got that vibe, that vibe that we expect. And again, revisiting something from a little bit of back in the day. I like that though. I'm just getting a lot of music like that lately. And I think that it could be a trend. I don't know. Too early to tell. Too early to tell. But guys, thank you so much for being here with me to review some of these songs. It was really great to see you, and I will be back again tomorrow for sure. Hopefully with a lot of energy. Finishing off our playlist for today is The Brave Faces, and this is In the Dark. Guys, take care. I'll see you soon.
No, I don't mean it, I'm sorry, but I did again, forgetful, predictable, when I'm out, when I'm with my friends, I don't mean it, I'm here now, I'm sorry, but you pushed away. Yes, she did. My moral slipped away from me. I don't want no sympathy from you. Couldn't change me if you tried. In the dark, night and day. In the dark, night and day. In the dark, night and day. What a waste. In the dark, night and day. You could line away every night.